Hi everyone, and welcome to the part 1 of this little tutorials about how I complete this challenge 2. I think it will be 4 parts like that, one for each phase. So how will we do it? You know that we cannot copy and paste in grad editor, so I will not just erase all my code and redo it with you. No, what I will do it is to help you to know how I understand the instructions first and how I solve it. How I solve it, I will just show you the code, and the part that is commented, I will just uncomment it and explain it to you as we go. So the goal of this little tutorials is not to solve again the challenge with you. No, it is just about to explain to you how I did it, hoping that it will provide you some useful information or knowledge that will help you to perform better on the next challenge or the next thing like that you have to do in your life. So as you may see here, I commented almost all my code. I will just uncomment it as we go on the instructions. Let's begin with step 1 of phase 1. So let's begin with it. The first thing I want to share with you is I think the most important thing in solving challenge like this is to really understand very well the instructions. So it is, for me, I think when we have a challenge like this and it is very well organized, you have it step by step. I think it is very important to take one step, read the instructions for this step very completely, and after that you will start to code, because sometimes there is things that that are not said in the beginning of the instruction of the step, but if you just code line by line as you follow the instruction, you will have to get back in some part of your code, make modification and things like that. That is not really useful. So I really encourage you to always read all the instructions about one step, then you will start to code. So in order to not make this video very long, I will not read all the instructions here. I will suppose that you already did that. The first thing that is asked to us is to style the body element with a white background color. So I just did it like that, but it's not really recommended to modify this part of the code. It is really recommended to just modify beginning where it is asked to, but it is just one line, so let's it like that. Then within the body tag, create a div and give it a data card info attribute. So I did that just there. Inside this div, create a heading element with MC typography headline. You can just make a header like that if you want to use semantic HTML5, or you can just put a #1, #2 and something like that, and make sure to give this as the class asked. Then the heading element should have two span children elements. The first span element display a shopping cart by its CSS class to materials icon. The second span element should have a data bill attribute and will be used to display the total figure the user is trying to pay on the app. As you are not able to just copy and paste things like class name or attribute name, you have to to pay attention to not make typographical error uh, like tripling dash there, or making or typing just one dash like that. So you have to be very careful on this kind of thing, because I saw when I was helping people on Slack, I saw many people who really struggle for hours, but their error is just thing like that. Okay, now we are here. Create another div just after the data card info div. Give this new div a data credit card attribute and set its class to MDC card, and like that. Within the data credit card div you just created, add a new div with a class like that. These elements will be styled with the look and feel of the actual credit card. So this is what I did here. Within the MDC card primary action div, create an image with the attribute of data card type and set its source to this. This image will be used to display the credit card type, Visa or MasterCard, based on the series of number entered by user. So this is just this image. Again, when you have to copy URL like this, you have to be careful to not make mistake. I saw some guys who just put this sign at the place of X as it is asked. Right after the image and still within the MDC card primary action div, create a new div with an attribute data CC digit. It should contain four and put text feed and so on and so forth. So this is this div just in this kind of challenge, when the instructions are very precise like that, you have to follow it very well. I saw someone who at the place of dash like that, he just put an underscore and it is not what it is asked, so he had also to struggle during hours just to solve things like that. So be careful on that also. Create a div with an attribute of data cc info as a sibling of the data cc digit, so as a sibling, so you have to put it just after this data cc digit div. And inside this should have two input, one with the size 20 and one with the size 6. So to finish with this part, we just have to create this button as a sibling of data credit card, just like that, and that is okay. Let's go for the step 2. Here we have to make the CSS part. So as I said it before, it is recommended to read all the instructions of this step also before to start. So here we have instructions about the span element within the data card info. So we just start by writing span like that, and within the data card info, so we put data card info attribute just before the span, and we style it accordingly to the instruction: display card, inline block, vertical align, middle, and for the class materials icons, the font size say set like this. Then give the data credit card div 435 pixel div and 240 pixel minimum height, 10 pixel round border, and this color. I think this CSS part is very easy, so you just have to follow the instruction and style your code accordingly as it is asked. So we will not spend more time on this. Okay, so as you see, this part is not very long because the first phase of this challenge was very easy, as it is just HTML and CSS things. We will start more interesting things in the next part of this tutorial. So see you on the next video.